In this video, I'm going to talk about experiences that have helped shape me in the respect of hard work and discipline. There's a couple different experiences that I've used as a proxy for development, but welcome back. It's Mike or Midget to me, whatever you want to go with. As far as experiences that I've had, I suppose we can start with the most quintessential, the most transformative, and that one to me will always be sports. Sports, I reckon, at least for young men. I wouldn't know as far as for girls are concerned, but I do know that what has been profound for me had been sports, and not necessarily achieving your dream of playing professionally. I mean, we'd all love to do that, wouldn't we? It would just be dreamy, absolutely dreamy. But it would be hard work regardless. But I suppose it's more so driven around learning to discipline yourself and your body. And I reckon that this is massive for young men, because we don't really, well, not just for young men, everyone, people are not inclined toward discipline. Like, I may have trained myself to be able to learn to become disciplined in my own life, and we'll rattle off some of those in a later video, or even in this video, I'm not sure. But discipline is not something that you just come about and like, yeah, I'm disciplined. That's been more so a development through consistent, just showing up day in, day out, finding something that you care about. I reckon is a great place to start. Knowing what you care about. And for mine, it was basketball. I loved it. I'm not even remotely close to as talented as others who have been involved. I've managed to coach some who are immensely talented. One of them currently resides in the NBA. His name's Duop Reith. That's on my main Instagram account. I probably won't share that because that's private. Not going to do that. But it's not like you couldn't find it if you didn't choose to really dive into it. But Duop Reith was coached by me and Coach Williams. We're part of Hoops League. Fuck it. I'll shout it out. Why not? And, I grew up a bit with Duop. I'm 3 or 4 years older than Duop. And I was afforded that opportunity to be able to coach him when he came back to Perth. That was a really interesting time. But, it's a great example of how I exercised an enormous amount of discipline to be able to put myself into a position where I maximized my potential, albeit not remotely as high as Duop, or even remotely as high as many of my other peers who I've played with, who have also gone on to have professional careers and are still going. It's really awesome. I'm very jealous, but in no way resentful, because they're just more talented. That's all good. But the best thing has been the transformation through learning to exercise that self-discipline, because then I was able to transfer it into other elements of my life, bestow it upon other people, get them to recognize the power of discipline and hard work. I've managed to send one kid off to the United States on a partial scholarship, I would say, at, I believe it's Paramus Catholic College in Brooklyn, New Jersey. Can't remember. I don't know the American cities all that well. Anyways, and afforded him that opportunity. Coincidentally, coached by Tim Thomas. He's an old school NBA player, which is really awesome. That player I managed to send there, or at least contribute to getting him there. Infinitely more talented than me. He is really quite an incredible player. But getting sidetracked here, we want to talk about the access, or what being disciplined can do for you. And For mine, I used basketball as a huge proxy. I put so much work into it. Wasn't that talented versus people who really got to the level. I played semi-pro, not pro, not getting paid for it. I wish I was, but it is what it is. And as we were going through that whole process, when I went back and actually applied it toward an academic sense, I tell you what, those skills, truly transferable, although it's not to the degree of, I'm just, gonna be able to be super energetic, but it does let you know on what it takes to achieve a really solid result. Because, it's those unseen hours, you hear that sort of takeaway put upon frequently, whereas it's like it's the unseen hours in the gym, so then you can perform for that 20 minutes in a game or whatever it is, whatever motivational speech they want to come up with. But it's being able to mostly show up when no one's watching, so that then you do actually give yourself the opportunity to get a really good, strong mark. And I managed to get myself high distinctions, all of that sort of thing in university. Granted, I was much more mature when I went to university. I was probably closer to 25 to 30. Well, 25 to 28. But all of that came about from just being able to learn through the proxy of sport. And if there happens to be someone who's, not necessarily academically inclined, I didn't feel academically inclined when I was a kid. Maybe it was because I wasn't mature enough, not all that interested. I wanted to be outside, I wanted to be playing basketball, kicking a footy, all of that sort of thing. Anything but sitting down at a desk. Because, who wants to do that when you're 15 years old and a boy? Or even a girl, for that matter. No one wants to do that. Not many, at least. Not many. So, being able to really open that mindset up into you can do poorly, or not even well, just kind of ordinary at school, and then you can really excel once you've learned these soft skills, which is discipline, work ethic, all of that good stuff, so that then you can actually apply that for when you actually find something you want to do. And for mine, it was actually doing finance and stonks, all of that sort of thing. That was good. Really do find it very interesting, particularly the behavioral finance side of things. People are so curious, so interesting, and because fundamentally that's all that financial markets are people.
Thank you, Spyro.
So then if you can understand people and their behavioral biases and all of that sort of thing, all that jazz, you can somewhat understand how financial markets work, because we sometimes like to put it in as some mythological creature, and it's not. It's complicated, there's a lot of factors in it. Anticipation of the entire market accurately is seldom going to happen. But forgetting all of that, it was the ability to then apply that in any domain. So mine just happened to be finance, because I went, let's go do that. And then I managed to achieve these high results. It was awesome. I then got a scholarship with, at least for my CFA level 1, that's a chartered financial analyst. There's like 3 levels, it's all very, very difficult. I was doing that through university at the same time, or at least a little bit. Or at least at the end of my university, because you don't get to do it at the time until near the end of university. But that was a serious challenge. And I'm still doing it. I'm doing CFA level 2 right now. There are 3 levels in all, I've probably said that. But all of those things, all of those methods that I've learned through sport, has enabled me to be able to apply those skills and achieve good things. So it's kind of a nice eye-opener for people to not believe that you have to do really well in high school to get yourself into that university, that college, wherever you're going, to be at 18. I mean, it would be lovely. And I am so envious of people who have not only the drive and the discipline at that age, but also the people that have the knowledge in their own self to know that you're interested in, I don't know, insert whatever it is. People that know they're going to be teachers from really early on. I mean, credit to you. Doctors. Viral. All of it. It's super impressive that people can know straight away, or at least have, maybe not necessarily know, but have the self-discipline to apply those things. And I failed so hard there. That was cringe. Anyways, where was I? Ah, yes. The ability to know. Oh, wow, I'm stuffing up hard here. But the ability to know what you want to do, or being able to exercise discipline from a young age to commit and do something straight away. Super admirable. Those of you who are 18 years old when you were 18 years old and knew exactly what you were going to do, or that you were going to do that commerce degree or that law degree or whatever the degree was, the trade, doesn't matter, and you just stuck it out. I've got a few mates who are like that. One of them, hold him in high regard. I'll just call him Mike because his name is Mike. But he was he just knew from a young age that it's like, man, I ain't doing uni. Coincidentally, doing uni right now. Super ironic. But he was just like, nah, I'll just go do a trade. Went and did his heavy diesel mechanic thing. Unbelievably admirable. Like, the amount of respect I got for that dude. And it's not like he was dumb at any stage through school. He didn't even try. He didn't care. He wasn't at all interested. And you're just like, you're a mad dog. Anyway, discipline is all. I can't believe that old mate at the door couldn't just walk in and press a button. A daunting, menacing red button. Jeez, you're absolutely hopeless. But anyway, that was basically all I wanted to speak about in this, is the ability to exercise self-discipline, work ethic, all of that sort of thing is a really valuable soft skill. However you come about it, sport is a really good proxy to learn it if you don't know how to exert it now. So really be able to do that if you have that opportunity to have put sport as something that you would do in your teen years, in your shaping years. It puts you in good stead that you will be able to apply many things. So yeah, I'm just more interested in how people can overcome those sorts of challenges that we all face in life. Anyway, I'm rambling. That's probably enough talking, waffling. And, until I see you next time or talk to you next time, please do drop a follow, drop a like on the Instagrams, on the YouTubes. I'm sure I'll sort up a Facebook at some point. But until then, have a good day. Peace out.